Chat, can you hear me, my friends? Oh yeah, seems like we are live. Sense, how are you, my friend? Thank you guys for being here. It's an honor to have you guys again. Beautiful Saturday. I hope all of you are having a great time. Please just let me know if you are able to hear me 100%. If you are able to hear my guests, we got Senate from 1903. We got wait, is it? Yeah, everything looks good on my end. I didn't screw up this time. Hold on. Yes, we can hear you. All right, perfect. Can you hear? Senate is here with me. Can you guys are able to hear Senate? Senate, do you mind?
Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Test, test. It's always a struggle to set up the first cross-player stream, I guess.
You know what? I'm doing better this time. 100%. Okay,
for
perfect.
sure, man.
All right, there you go. I'm so proud of myself. You have Bot Impossible. We got Bot Impossible in the house as well. But can you say something, my friend?
Hello guys, appreciate you having me here. How you guys doing?
We got Saga from 1903, one of the leaders from 1903. Just want to make sure that you guys actually be able to hear her.
Hello everyone, and thank you for having me on the stream.
And we got Kane as well in the house. So first time having this great guy with me, so it's a pleasure. Kane, do you mind saying something to see if the chat can hear you?
Yes, hello. And thank you for having me.
All right, chat. But yo, yeah, definitely. Both in the both is here with me, guys. So thank you for all the guests that are having their time to spend here with us. We just wanna cover this topic. It's not just because of this KVK that just happened, you know, but also other previous KVKs that matchmaking has pretty much destroyed some kingdoms and also forcing some other players to move to another kingdoms, which again, something sad to see, especially when you love the kingdom that you are, but of course that kingdom end up going to another crazy matchmaking, and then players get tired and they just move on, and then leaders and kings that have put in their time together and working hard for years to grow that kingdom, just see that kingdom vanish and slowly losing their members. So those are the things that we want to talk about. Same with Crystotech, because many of you guys have reached out to me and see if I can do something about Crystotech and also matchmaking. And but we're here, we're here not to fight with Lilith, but we are here just to we know that Lilith is a great company to even work and also understand the players and also help the players as well. The community is the first thing that they always go for, is their priority is go for the community. But what if we can just change something? What if we can give them an update on a solution that they can help them and also can help us? This is one of the reasons why I have these great guys in here. They've been in the game for as long as I've been. And we're here to share our thoughts, and also we're here to see if you guys have anything in mind that you guys would like Lilith to to hear about, because all this is gonna end up going to Lilith, my friend. Hopefully I don't get fired, but it's gonna go to Lilith, you know what I mean? But chat, anything that you would like to say, please do it. Mao boy, how are you, my friend? Thank you guys for being here, my friend. MG 25, Juan Hernandez, dímelo bebé. Gracias, Abu Jabara. Thank you so much, my friend. We have we got a lot, guys. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. Find 1960 find a match or not? To be honest, I haven't even logged in on my 1960 account, but definitely gonna. No, I'm guessing that they did, my friend, because all the big kingdoms end up going into that matchmaking. Moby, how are you, my friend? Thank you guys for being here. All right, so you guys are able to hear all of them, that's something that I really want to make sure that you guys are able to hear this great guys, because we are here to talk, you know what I mean? And again, you guys witness Lilith always listen to the community, and hopefully this live stream will be able to help them a little bit more. Again, we're doing this because many reach out. I think, Senate, you end up doing some type of voting, right? If I remember that I vote for something. Did you?
Can you repeat your question?
Yeah.
Somehow I was.
Yeah. Did you end up sending a message to in Discord for voting about matchmaking, fixing, and all that stuff? I remember seeing something.
Yes, I did a proposal on the Rise of Kingdoms Discord. Giving them options on how I believe you could fix a broken matchmaking by allowing kings after the match is found to still abandon the map and sign up again. So basically, if every king is agreeing on a map that the matchup is bad, then we can all click a button together and say, yes, we don't want to play this KVK, let us out again, and we can requeue right away. And obviously Lilith should look into those cancelled KVKs. So I said they also need to draft a monitoring, a report, anything for them to review and to figure out what the kings actually agreed on to dislike, so they can refine it in their algorithm.
Okay, that's good. You know how many votes you end up getting. Efraín, dímelo, hermano. Gracias por estar acá, te lo agradezco. Gracias, amigos. Ya saben, aquí estamos para la comunidad, a ver qué es lo que se puede hacer con Lilith. Ok, vamos a ver si nos dan un descuento para lo que es el cristal o lo quitan, hermano. Vamos a ver qué es lo que hacemos. Gracias por estar acá, Efraín. How many votes you end up getting, Sanet? It was like...
let me check. I haven't checked. I will try to find the post while we are talking. Hold on.
I think it was maybe around 700. So...
I think.
So
it's 707 upvotes.
Oh, really? All right. So that's a lot of
lot.
to be honest, that's
Is
a
it
lot
possible to get the link?
Yes, I can get the link.
Did you end up getting anything back from like Lilith or
not yet? Just
okay.
I know that they are reviewing that. So yeah, where should I drop the link in general chat?
I dropped it in general.
I'll just put it right here on the live stream and I highlight it. So then people
yeah, that works.
Yeah, you can pin it, and I think that would be a good idea.
Rom Rice, how are you, my friend? Guys, again, thank you so much, Abu Yabara. Yes, exactly. Again, we all love this game. That's the reason why we're here in this place, right? If we didn't love the game, trust me, I wouldn't even do any of this. And I bet one of these guys, they don't even have the time to come here. They just end up going and play another game, But there is a lot of competitions for everything, my friend. Like, again, competition makes the games even better, and Lily understand that. There is competitions out there, but at the same time, of course, out of 100 things that we want the game to be changed, they might only change 2 of them, because we don't know what is behind the scenes, we don't know how it is to be a graphic designer, software engineer. We don't know none of that stuff. So we just assume that changing one little thing is going to be easy when it absolutely takes, time and money to change all these features, So we I understand it because I know a little bit about this because I invest in when it comes to this stuff. But, it's just, something that at least will make free-to-play players, mid-spenders happy, because I'm a big spender. But I was a free-to-play player, and I know it always pissed me off, to go and fight against those guys with, having all the legendary equipment and me barely making it with my green equipment, So those things, make you a little bit hate the game, with time. But again, Lily put everything in our hands, and it's up to us to either keep it fair with the rest, or we just go and start spending money, like I could just keep it fair and don't spend money, so then I can be equal as the mid spenders or low spenders or free-to-play players. But I decided to go and compete when it comes to the, in big Imperial Kingdoms. That's the reason why most of my accounts are in Imperial Kingdoms, so I can compete against those guys that they spend heavily as well. But happens is, not just in this matchmaking, and I'm gonna show you. That's the reason why I'm here, guys, because this is what happens when matchmaking's going bad. This is not just this first matchmaking. We ended up witnessing 1903 again, fighting against 1960, and then there was I believe maybe like 5 other CB or C kingdoms in that KVK, which it's absolutely chaos. Especially when a C kingdom or CB kingdom is now in the same camp with another Imperial kingdom. Most likely those guys are not gonna do anything, and I don't blame them, because fighting against Imperial kingdom is completely different, my friends. So those are the things that we would just want to know if there will be a way that Lily can fix this. And of course, Senate, Kane, and all of these guys, like Vote Impossible, they got suggestions. These guys are leaders and kings from their kingdoms, and that's the reason why I brought them in here, because I want to hear from them. thank God that I'm not a leader anymore and I'm not a king anymore. Because trust me, I was chaotic. That's the reason why I quit that job. You know, I'm like, there is too much. There is the Diplo chats is going crazy all the time. When it comes to Diplo, when it comes to the KBKs, it was a headache. It's not easy. That's why I understand these guys, and I understand the free-to-play players and mid-spenders as well. So I'm doing my part, trying to do something for the community. As I mentioned to you, you know, I love Lilith, you know, but we need that love back as well. Send it anything. So wait, guys, I'm gonna show you. This is the map that we are at this moment. Okay, it's not fair for the enemy, but it's not fair for us either. So what happens is, and this took almost what 3 days, guys, for Diplo talks with this KBK. Was it 3 days or 4 days?
Oh man, I mean, okay, I want to lead off with this. First of all, I don't blame any R4, R5, anyone in Diplo chats for an unfair KVK. There was literally nothing that we could do to make this KVK fair. Props to Seneth, he did a great job. I respect everyone in these Diplo calls because it was a lot of work. But I think this was probably the most complicated Diplo I've ever been a part of, and this was just talking about the allies. It wasn't even like inter-ally discussions. This was just configuring allies, and it took us almost, I'd say, 3.5 days, and it was a lot. So
Yeah, it was at least 3.5 days. Yeah, just with talking and talking in circles because we were given an impossible puzzle to solve. Really, there was no good solution, no matter which way you looked at it, and that was the task that we had to solve, not just for ourselves but for like all our members. There's 8 kingdoms with at least 100 members each. That's 800 players which game is affected by this matchmaking.
So this is what I said, right? That what happens is not, so it's not fair for the enemy, right? But it's not fair for us either, you know, to put 2 super powerful kingdoms together in one camp. Because now, of course, you know, we can accept these 2 powerful kingdoms in one camp to ally with another camp, because then most likely, you know, we won't fight. You know, if Bot Impossible tells me and Senate tell me, listen, we have to fight, I'll go and fight. But I'm here to support, you know, whatever decisions they want to make, you know. And in my case, you know, of course, I love freaking killing my troops. But at the same time, you get tired when you go and fight against other kingdoms that are, you know, super stronger than you. And they spend a lot of money. It's not just stronger. You know, these guys, they do spend a lot of money. So even if we're winning, they can just, you know, spend another $100,000 easily, and then we get cooked. So those are the things that you know, we understand that matchmaking can be difficult for leaders to do, but I believe that, you know, we're less than 14,000 kingdoms, right? Is it, guys? Are we what is it? We're like 3,000 kingdoms in this game?
Yeah,
I think-
roughly, I think it's a bit
Yeah.
less. It's 2.6k, I think, roughly.
because the 4Ks are almost starting, which is crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's
We are 2,749 kingdoms, or 48.
So, okay. So we do have a lot of kingdoms that, you know, I think there should be another system where they can calculate power and kill points. I mean, it's when it comes to the servers, I believe it's easy to do, especially, you know, KBKs at this moment. We still have a lot of lagging issues, which they have been working, you know, pretty good. And Jeff, how are you, my friend? Thank you for being here. So it's been working, but at the same time, you know, we need to make sure that we don't get, I feel like sometimes the free-to-play players and the mid-spenders, they're getting pushed to spend money. Somehow they're getting pushed to spend money. And this is what we try to avoid. You know, we love the game. Everybody here loves the game. We want to continue to play the game. But many have left the game because, you know, first, when the Crystal Tech end up happening, a lot of people end up leaving. You know, but of course, more people will come, but they don't really understand this. You know, when they get to the end game, that's when they realize, and that's when they make the decision for quitting. We want to continue to play the game. You know, as a loyal player of the game, you know, we want to continue to play the game, but we want, I believe that some type of fairness with us, the players, and for not just matchmaking. You know, it's absolutely freaking There is some events too that are a joke. The event about there was the event for the Yo Bot Impossible. Which one is the event that I just end up playing and I end up getting crap for the armaments?
Oh yeah, the
I remember reveal.
forgot
Oh,
its name.
reveal thyself.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
come on, Lilith. Like, just give me a break, man. If you want money, just tell me. Like I will send you gems, but don't put those dumb freaking what is it? Games that it's gonna make me think that I'm gonna win. But at the same time, you know what? That's what I get for freaking being a spender. You know what I mean? So it happens. You know what I mean? But those. There's many things here that we need to fix. And I hope that Lily will listen to us. Hopefully they do, because trust me, they do. So we're trying to get things done in here. Anything. When it comes to this KBK, as I mentioned to you guys, it's not fair for the enemies. In this case, these guys been talking for 3 days straight. More than 3 days straight is not easy, guys. Trust me. I've been in Diplo chat before, and it was so stressful that I literally, I was this close to quit the game because I didn't want to be a bad guy. And you always will be a bad guy for the decisions that you make with other people, but then you will be a good guy with the half of those people, so you will never be a good guy with everyone. This is what happens when you're a king or you're a leader. In this case, these guys end up suffering because now in the face of 1175 and 1718, we all look like crying babies. We didn't want to fight them with another camp. We all decided to fight them all together, against one camp alone. Is this fair for them? No, it's not fair for them, but it's not fair for us either. So this is what it put us in the bad situation. It's not fair for either the big guys, but it's not fair for the small guys. Yeah, I'm gonna let the guests talk now, my friends. But I just wanted to get to this KBK, guys. Anything, guys? Now it's your turn. Better for me. I love you guys.
So I will say, because just for people who are still wondering in the chat, it is a 3v1. So it is essentially everybody versus WinCamp. This decision was made after WinCamp essentially left the Diplo discussion, and it is what it is, and that's there was no real fair way to go about it. One topic that I would like to bring up is actually how matchmaking is done now and how it can be kind of easily manipulated, and why I believe we have the matchup that we have, which is 1981 just got out of a ridiculous KVK against 1606 and 1568. I'm sure you guys all, heard about the drama and everything that happened in that KVK. But we actually ended up getting like well over 100 billion kill points as a kingdom. And so my guess would be that they're valuing that and saying that, okay, well, 1718 just got out of a KVK where they had 18-hour, 24-hour Kingsland against 2377. It was pretty one-sided. They didn't get that much KP. So, I could see the Lilith matchmaking system kind of saying, okay, well, 1981, I guess, is equal to 1718 in this, weird algorithm, right? Which is just not at all the case, right? So, that's where it's from a person standpoint, I can just look at the stats, honestly, Matt Akiles, you should go to the Lost Canyon rankings right now and just show how dominated it is by 1718 and 1175. Also, I'm number 12, so shout out myself. Okay, sorry. No, but it's very clear, who at least the 3 strongest kingdoms are here, I would say, and definitely most likely the top 2, because it's I don't know. It's easy to see as a human, which is why I think the human aspect and your suggestions in the community Discord was so good. But the human aspect, we can see it's not fair. But the algorithmic, if that's a word, aspect is just, it's tough, because it's very obvious that they just took the last KVK's data and threw us all into a KVK.
Yes, and also I think there is another problem, because once this algorithm, if you keep the algorithm as you just explained it, how it's potentially is, or how we believe it is, then that kind of snowballs, because here is the catch. You will keep winning KVKs and you will have less fights, because you get put up against weaker opponents, and they will often forfeit. They won't give it their fullest, simply because they potentially think they have no chance. And that means they get less KP, you get less KP, and in the next matchup you will be in that situation again. Because while on the other side, if you go to the fullest and you go to the end, you will always end up in the tough KVK situation. So if you go all in and you're emptying your account and then you're okay, next KVK we will try to not go that hard, then you will get thrown into the toughest map because you did very well the matchup before, and that's, I think, not really thought through.
Yeah, I mean, I have another thing that I want to bring up is like, Lilith actually talked about trying to get kingdoms to fight other kingdoms similar to their age, and which doesn't make sense because, for example, 355 in our KVK, it's their first real SOC, because our KVK4 is the kingdoms around them. And it doesn't make any sense to put them against kingdoms like 1718 and 1175, who's been there for years. Like, the age difference is very, very big on the gap to put them together.
Yeah, but I also think age difference is the one side, but you shouldn't look at, kingdom age difference, but at player age difference. Because, for example, if you have a team of very old players migrating backwards to a young kingdom, it wouldn't make sense if you put them up against other youngsters, because their accounts are evolved, and there is a lot of those projects of kingdoms preparing to go backwards for OL, etc. And honestly, I would love to see that Lilith is like, scratching all the incentives to go backwards and bully people, but I don't know how to solve that problem yet. But yeah,
That's they actually like removed you can't go back to KVK2 now or 3. It's same with KVK4. So like, your only real chance of going back and building a kingdom is in KVK5.
Sorry, guys.
They did a lot of changes to migration, so
Yeah.
that issue is getting fixed, I think.
yeah, let's see.
Guys, the chat is just killing me, man. I can't. Listen, guys, I'm trying to be serious because this is a serious matter. You know what I mean? And you guys always freaking trolling me, man. I think I'm the wrong guy to do this type of live streams when it comes to be serious. You know what I mean? Don't pick me next time. All right, listen. Yes, my friend, I have to be shiny, man. That's the only good thing that I have in my life. Guys, again, let's put this serious. All right, there is many things here that we wish that can happen, but none of this most likely will happen, or it's gonna happen in a different way. So one of the things that I have noticed is when every time Lilith does a patch or does an update, they give you but they take away. What happens with with the freaking AP points? AP points was something beautiful for the free-to-play players and mid spenders, to be able to spend, hustle every day, get those rewards, speed ups, resources, some gems as well. But now we're limited to these AP points, and this is one of the things that I really, I hate when this type of stuff happens, because if you're gonna give me something, don't take anything away from me. Like, I feel.
So to interject a little bit here, I think the AP cap was done to combat botting, right? That is why it was done. And I feel like the focus of Lilith, instead of punishing their players, should be on ending the problem, right? And gem bots in this game still exist, right? There are resource bots. There are even targeting bots, right? It's pretty insane. And I think that Lilith should try and focus on better bot detection and cheat detection than focus on punishing the players. Because if I'm online for 12 hours a day rallying forts 24/7, like, I'm not saying many people are going to do that, but I should be rewarded for it. But if that is also the same amount of things that can happen with a bot 24/7, yeah, like, it's broken. It's really strong. So you should reward the player and punish the bots, and you don't do that by removing the game functionality as a whole, but you should just combat your anti-cheat system. And even famous games like Counter-Strike, right? Like, they all have this issue where you're punishing the player, but you're not punishing the cheater, right? So punish the cheater, don't punish the player, and I think they should use that mindset going forward.
I agree. I think that's not the only patch. I think it's the same, concept for the healing update we saw long ago, where the community was rioting for a while, and now no one is talking about it. But yeah, I think I 100% agree. Like the solution shouldn't be to punish people that want to walk the extra mile, but it should always target the people trying to abuse the system.
But you know, this is what I'm telling you. We all get screwed. You know, for like could be other way for them to attack bots. I think there is, you know, but they just literally end up doing the easiest and the cheapest way, and then in general we all get screwed, you know. And I'm telling you, we all get screwed because I used to love like doing bars back in the days, and now I just literally, when I see that my AP just running low, everybody just save AP for KBK nowadays, and now it's forcing us, especially the spenders, it's forcing the spenders to literally buy more gems, because that's the only way we're gonna end up getting to leaderboard the top 20 if we want the coin. So going back of making more money, you know, and I'll be transparent, you know, as a business owner, you know, Lilith needs to understand that, you know, what is it? They just creating a brand. You know, they created a brand where, you know, like 1960 created a brand. You know, everybody knows 1960 about what? You know, everybody knows 1960 because, you know, freaking strong, but also the gold chest. People talk more about the gold chest in 1960 than the winning of 1960. They don't remember about the freaking KBKs in 1960 have won, but they do remember the 1960. They most every time max out the gold chest, you know. So same with Lilith. You know, Lilith now is getting a brand of, you want to play this game, it's gonna cost you money, you know, and this is our brand. We're you know, a game that most of the people are, you know, wealthy or rich, or they do have money and they're willing to spend money. And this is where I want this to avoid, you know, because guys, if you guys tell me, listen, Akiles, come with us, be a free-to-play player, dude, like I'm chill, I'll go free-to-play player with you, you know. But most likely all the Imperial Kingdoms that I am, they're gonna kick me out of there because, you know, I'm not gonna be in the same level to compete, you know. But I'm willing to do it for you guys. If you guys tell me, listen, Akiles, let's do something. And for real, I don't mind not spending. You know, trust me. Every time I tell my wife I'm not gonna spend money, somehow freaking Lilith put another event that I need to put more money, and I spend more money. You know what I mean? So I'm always lying to my wife. So especially, you know, I was so happy.
No.
It's true, guys. I was so happy when I finally end up getting my 5 marches legendary. Of course, Lilith noticed that most of my 300 players or 500 players have T5s, legendary equipment already. So then they end up bringing the Awaken system. You know, then of course, people end up getting Awakened system to level 3 or 5. So then they're like, okay, this is not enough. Let's end up bringing armament system. So I feel like if we max armament system, now it's going to be something else. So this is like a never ending, you know what I mean? Like, for example, I used to play Call of Duty. In Call of Duty, you can go buy yourself a nice freaking weapons, but the weapons are not going to give you more, they're not going to make you more stronger. So they're only going to give you luxury of how the weapon's going to look, but they're not going to give you advantage of you to be a better player than the other freaking, you know, gamers. So in this case, we do have that, you know, we do have that. And this is where I feel like it's getting a little bit too much, you know. You have been making money, lady. Don't lie to me, man. Like, I'll say it. Tell me how many of you, so let's say, you know, we have to spend $800 to max Crystal Tech. But what if Lilith decided to be like, you know what? We're gonna just with $100 you can max Crystal Tech. I bet you from maybe 3,000 players that max Tech, now there's gonna be another 10,000 players more because it's cheaper. Everybody will be able to afford it, and Lilith is still gonna be making more money. So when you are going to KBK, and you want to get yourself some freaking resources, if you don't have 50 farm accounts, you will never make it to 20 billion, you know. But what will happen is, if you, like, listen, I go and freaking buy this, you know, I don't even make 1 billion resources, you know. I buy everything, you know. Here I go here and start freaking, you know, this, I will spend more money in this than my freaking all my trucks that I have for the business, you know. And I wouldn't even make 15 billion. So this is what I'm telling you. You want us to fight? You know, we can fight all day long, you know, but make things cheaper. I think it's either make things cheaper or make something for free. But please do not freaking take something away now. You know, just keep everything the same.
I think I don't mean to cut you off, but I think
Sure.
the concept of resource purchasing has come up in chat as well. And I think that it comes down to what is fun about the game, right? Like, how do people find enjoyment in Rise of Kingdoms? It's open field fighting, it's the strategy, it's the community. And so, you know, when you have to have either 50 farm accounts or you have to buy resources, whether it's in-game shop, whatever you do, okay? Like, if you want to play the game for more than 2 to 3 days at a time and compete in the field, like, you have no choice but to adapt to a corrupt system. So it's almost like the game design is why, like, the buying of resources is so necessary, because you can reduce healing resource costs by 50% and it would still be high, right? Like, if I have one account, right? Like, if I had no farms and I was only one account, I could maybe gather, I don't know, 1.5 billion of each, 2 billion of each in every off season. And as a player and an open fielder, I will run through that in the first, I don't know, 8 hours of open fielding in Zone 5, right? So, like, that's just a design issue. So if your design complements cheating, you're never going to get around that. So, yeah, I mean, I agree that, you know, buying resources, whether by in the shop or by other means, is against TOS, or sometimes, right, given the situation. Like, players have no choice. If they want to play the game, you have to do it. And so Lilith has to change something in that kind of regard, or else it's never going to change. So
I feel like the math from resources and killing troops and also training troops kind of like doesn't add up, you know, because, like, cheese, you know, if you want to go, like, for example, with my freaking KBK war in 3308, I already spent 80 billion resources, you know. So thank you, my good friend Putin, for freaking giving me resources for free. I love you, man. Like, thank you so much. But 80 billion resources in the first freaking zone, guys. So that's what I'm telling you, is I feel this game is worse than having freaking 6 wives, my friend. I think it's cheaper for me to have 6 wives than having this freaking game. Like, I mean, at least the game is not giving me all those headaches, you know what I mean? But wife, listen, I love you, Ben, but please, I'm just joking. Don't kill me, you know? But I'm just saying, it's too expensive, you know? If you guys are down, I don't spend money. I mean, I'm now Mr. Hope in one line, you know what I mean? But at least my $200 a month will be doing something to Lily, you know. No, I do spend a lot of money, guys, but I'm just saying that what do we need to do in order for Lily to understand that this is driving us crazy? This is way too much. Iruger, how are you, my friend? Oh yeah, it's same thing with the speed ups, you know. How long does it take you to farm to get yourself a good KBK? Let's say farm, you know. I mean, yeah, let's all start freaking buying resources, right? But who's gonna get hurt more? Is it Lilith? That's what I'm telling you. So if Lilith reduced the cost, more people will most likely end up buying in the game. But of course, others, they decided to go the cheaper way, which is gonna cost more money to Lilith. You know, it's just things. Those are the things that, again, as a business owner, you know, you either let the money go away somewhere or just reduce the prices and get all the money to yourself, you know. And don't forget, there's competition out there too. So I feel like same with the speed ups. It takes you like forever to get freaking speed ups. I mean, just with the duckies, they're the only ones can get freaking speed ups like crazy, because they always throw in like 50 rallies a day. I don't even know how does that happen, you know. But it's just it is too much. Body possible, and send it. Anything else that you guys want to say? Because Kane has explained a lot of good things in this, but you guys, you too.
I think it's a hard issue, as Kane already pointed out. I think as long as there is, you know, people who want to play the game, and there is the game limiting them effectively from, you know, playing it as long as they want, there will be people finding ways around, whether or not people or Lilith likes it, and whether or not, you know, if the rest of the community likes it, simply because that's how life works, I guess. And yeah, I think we would be much better on if, instead of like trying to find ways to ban the bottas, etc., it would be perhaps better if they either find incentives for them to not even start botting, or for people, you know, to play the game on a ratio where you can invest Yeah, I mean, there is solutions. You could reduce the healing cost drastically. You could increase the amount of resources you can get drastically. And all that would result in less people buying resources if buying resources is your issue. Um, but yeah, like that's ultimately on Lilith. And I would love to see some changes in that regard. But I think that's, minor problems. I don't believe that resource buying, whether or not it's through the official store, is a big problem of the game currently. I think the game
I
has way
100%
bigger,
agree. 100% agree.
like the game has way bigger problems, and one of them, or like two of them, got mentioned. The one is the horrible random armament system, which they luckily start refining, even though it's quite late for it. But yeah, I think the armament system is quite bad overall. And also, the other problem, in my opinion, is the matchmaking. And I think the matchmaking itself, if you look at the map, the matchmaking, the kingdoms on the map that we have, they are, I would say, well sorted. I think there is basically no kingdom where I would say they shouldn't be here. But, like the camp distribution is just odd. And I think if Lilith wouldn't have messed around with that matchmaking, we would have had a really, really, really cool KVK, which would be enjoyable for like every player in here. And it didn't took a rocket science to a rocket scientist to fix this matchup. Like, you didn't have to study or anything. Perhaps you could have just put all the numbers on a table and scramble them together manually, and then you would have like a fine result. But I think like maybe they need a person that is also playing the game and understands the game, reviewing matchups before they get posted, before they get pushed out, or something like this.
That would be a huge help for them also, to especially the big KVKs, but also if there's a great imbalances in the smaller KVKs. We shouldn't forget that there is a tons of these kingdoms that experience the same as the big kingdoms. There's just nobody who noticed that. Just to have a person going through where the data is so much off as it is in our KVK.
And so there are two kind of scenarios that I want to bring up. One is our own, and then the second is actually the 2638 KVK going on right now. So there are times where their algorithm or whatever they're doing behind the scenes actually works really, really well. So I believe it's the 2638 versus 2906, and then there's I forget the name, so apologize, or the number. I apologize if I'm getting it wrong, but it's like 3379 or something, who's like way overperforming, and it's made a KVK that honestly I thought was washed as a human, right? But it actually turned out to be a great KVK. And Matt Akiles, I think your other account is in that KVK, right? And
yeah,
you guys just won your zone. Yeah, so like that KVK is great. I have no complaints with that KVK, and it surprised me. But I think that the most important thing, so you can have your algorithm, but like a manual review has to happen. It has to happen over top, because like, I mean, okay, I'll bite my words here, but like if 1718 and 1175 come into zone 5 against 1981 and we beat them in a 1v1, I mean, look, okay, I'll bite my words, but I don't think that's going to happen. So like you have to understand that not all camps are equal, and especially when I was talking to support about this KVK, they told me that according to our algorithm, all these camps are equal in power, right? Like, and that's just like, there's only so much that a computer can do. But when it comes to like actual human review, like that does need to happen just to double check. And
Yes.
going back to I forget if it was Sineth talking or Bot Impossible. I don't know your voices quite yet. But the most important thing, okay, like we can talk about botting, we can talk about resources, we can talk about whatever. None of that matters if the matchmaking is poor. Like it is the absolute utmost like first priority that that we have good matchups, or else none of that matters and people don't even want to play the game. So
I
mean,
100% agree on that. And, like, I think that's a pretty well summed up. And let's be honest, like, we are not talking about a lot of KVK maps that are opening. We talk about a rhythm where there is all 2 weeks. Like, I don't know, maybe 30. I have no clue how many KVKs actually get opened. But let's say it's 30, 40 maps, whatever. Like, you need one person dedicated to that all 2 weeks for what? 3 hours? 2 hours. I don't know. It's like, you can do a pre-selection by an algorithm, and then you have someone looking up the numbers and saying, yeah, that's valid or it's not, and that's it. And like all that drama can be happen, could be prevented. Like, we wouldn't be talking about it. They wouldn't have to have like the mob of people writing the support and spamming them how bad that matchup is and all that stuff. And yeah, I think that's that's a thing. And it's not expensive for the company. Like, I think if people, for example, would end up boycotting a KVK, the damage that one KVK not spending from a couple A seeds would be way higher than just investing, like one employee's time to review it.
Yeah, or at least have an option for the players to report a KVK map into manual review, because as it is right now, there is no option if the players think the KVK is flawed in some way. So just having like the Senate's suggestion on Lily's Discord for aborting a KVK, or just other tons of other suggestions there has been from just being able to report the KVK to manual review to being able to shuffle the camps ourselves. So there should be some options, because machines are not perfect. And algorithms are just not perfect, like humans are not perfect. So having some kind of fail system would be very beneficial, I think.
Yeah, I completely agree. Go ahead.
No, you go.
So
No,
I
go
would just like to address something in chat, which is, what do you consider poor matchmaking? And I want to get everyone's opinion on this. And this chatter has been talking about Crystal Tech, and so I'm going to assume that this chatter is free to play. And he's like, hey, what is bad matchmaking? Is it fighting against free to plays? Is it fighting against whales? I would say that as a free to play, you can have your value elsewhere, right? Like, you can have a super strong free to plays in your kingdom, and it's really good. As far as the matchmaking goes, bad matchmaking is something where no matter how you align the kingdoms, there is no fair fight. So that is bad matchmaking, which is what we are in right now, right? Like, I could have, I don't know, maybe this isn't a good example, but like 1960 against, I don't know, like 10 good A seeds. Like, who knows? Like, that's just bad matchmaking. Like, why would 1960 be in that kingdom or in that KVK? It just makes no sense. So it's not necessarily like who you're fighting. Like, 1981 could be fighting Imperiums, we could be fighting A seeds. It's just how you configure those as to if it's fair or not.
Yeah, the camps needs to match up to either in a 4-camp KVK, you need to be able to match 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 1, where you think, okay, both sides are kind of equal. And in a 6-camp KVK, you have a bit more options. That could be a 3 versus 3 or a 2 versus 4 KVK. But there's this certain feel of the game that a computer doesn't have, where you kind of it's just like a feel that we have equal sides here, and then it doesn't matter if we are 3 camps fighting Imperium, a big Imperium. If we think, okay, well, we are three camps here, we can take on that Imperium. That wouldn't be a problem. So yeah, of course, it's hurting a bit more in the field, but it's also sometimes fun to fight the big kingdoms. So it doesn't necessarily just means that the kingdom is just one kingdom is just too strong to consider it bad matchmaking. It has to be just kind of skewed in some way.
Yeah, and I think like a good fix, a good approach towards this is, like we said, do a manual, like a in person who's doing it, but that person has to be more in touch with the community. Because if you're gonna be doing just a developer who knows nothing about the community, they wouldn't make as good as a match if someone is more in touch and knows, like, 1981, like their fighting type is like an Imperium, like their punching level. So like, you could someone who's more in touch with the community can make up some really, really good matches, so to
Yeah,
say.
or it doesn't necessarily have to be one person. I think there's a lot of people, very knowledgeable people and very experienced people in the community who probably would be happy to help out Lilith on terms of fair matchmaking, or the kingdoms in the KVK themselves could do it if there was some kind of fail system in where they could voice their opinions and get a chat with the developers. And I know that's could be a cheap way for kingdoms that perhaps doesn't want so fair a matchmaking to just try to get an easy KVK. But I think it's more important to cater to the kingdoms that are more serious about the game.
So I 100% agree. And I also want to bring up, like, it's also a community thing, right? Like, I can only advocate for so much, like, how I play the game, how I think others should play the game, fighting KVKs, lots of war, long days, etc. Like, the community also, sometimes they align, sometimes they take farming KVKs. Like, you have, I'm not going to say the name of the kingdom, but sometimes you have kingdoms who purposely take Niles, who are just going to skip and recover and, not participate, right? So it's like you have to, like, it's not only on Lilith, but it's also on us who, try to form these awesome KVKs and fight in those KVKs. Because if all you're doing is basing previous KVKs off, or if all you're doing is doing matchmaking based on previous KVK performances, well, if like a super high imp has a free KVK recovery KVK, then they're going to go register again, and then they're going to be classified as like, okay, well, they only got like 30 billion kill points as a kingdom because they got a free KVK, like, then they're going to go ruin the next kingdom's matchmaking, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's the kind of bad spiraling that Sinet talked about earlier, that if you have a hard KVK, you get into a hard KVK, you get into a hard KVK, you get continuously into hard KVKs, and,
it's like
and
you
never really...
you punish your good kingdoms, and then
you're actually punished to play the game. That's what's happening. It's not that we want an easy KVK necessarily, but we want some more dynamics to the KVK, so that, okay, let's try to go for a hard a KVK this time. Let's do the Diplo, so we are fighting on the tough grounds, or let's do the Diplo this time so that we can perhaps rely more on our allies. Those options kind of disappears when you get thrown into a KVK like ours, where it's either you are on the very big side or you're on the very small side, and there's no options to really adjust anything here. So either you get this like 1175 and 1718 is right now, the single camp against everyone else, which is super unfair to them.
I agree. It's unfair. Yeah,
and it's also unfair for us, because we are three camps who has to share the same enemy, and who knows if they will fight or not. And for Fire Camp, we're kind of stuck in our zone for a month before anything happens.
You better hope that they fight past the Kingsland.
Please don't kill them too much in zone 5. Please.
So
yeah, well, that's just sad. And I think one thing that got mentioned earlier, that the devs perhaps don't play the game, is something I think is true. Like, I attended at some of the real life meetups, and first of all, I'm grateful that I could attend, and I think they are great ways to talk and engage people. But I also made the experience, or at least I had the idea, like, they understand very good technically what's happening, like what's happening in the game, how stuff is connected, and so on. But I also had at the same moment the feeling that sometimes they are missing knowledge about the game mechanics, like how does a kingdom function, how does KVK matchmaking works, etc., etc. I could assume they are playing, as regular members in some kingdoms, but most certainly they are not running kingdoms, so it's pretty hard for them to evaluate what's like keeping people occupied, what's draining the leadership, what makes people from leadership quit, what are the decisions that the leadership has to run through, and so on. And I think maybe they need to look more into that to understand why certain things are so frustrating for the player base, to see where they need to put the efforts in.
So one thing to think about, like, are we? And this is just hypothetical. I have no view unless it was just a question that came to my head. Are we like part of a very small minority? Like everybody in this chat is obviously like watching YouTube streams, like they're involved in Rise of Kingdoms. Everybody in this call is like high up in their kingdom. We know the ins and out of Rise of Kingdoms. Like how much of Lilith, I mean, player base are just casual players, right? Like who like do they even care about matchmaking? Like is it a bad thing? Is it a priority for them, right? Like it's actually like where should Lilith priority, or where should they even prioritize? Because it's I don't know, like they are a business. It's about making money. So I mean, is the matchmaking good enough in all those dead kingdoms where people are spending a little bit of money and whatever, but that's like 85% of their player base? Like I don't know, it's just
I think there's a great deal, or a great part of the game that is the casual game. Just based on numbers, we have 3,000 kingdoms, and if there's on average 50 players in each kingdom, I don't see that many people talking, at least. But it's the way where they make their money in other hands. That's I think in those kingdoms that's very involved. And as a business, you have to earn money. You have to talk with the base of customers that puts in the money. You don't necessarily build your store to fit the person that comes once a year, but you fit your store to the person who comes in every week. To use that another view.
And I can tell you from my Soroli crisis that there are a lot of 55 million power players out there that don't play the game.
And they have
right?
fun with the game, and they're playing the game, and they also have some merit in the game. Of course, they have that. But from the business point of perspective, they should perhaps listen to the people who talk a lot from the big kingdoms.
I think what you just say is right. Of course, owners of any store or any game, most likely they're gonna end up going not just by the supply and demand. They end up going to what is beneficial for them. So I think is the issue when the Crystotech arrive. I'm gonna blame myself too. Wells, they end up buying it. They end up buying it because they have the money to do it, and that will be a big advantage for us to be superior than any other player. And it's gonna be a big changer when it comes to win a KVK. Guys, please, Imperium Kingdom, don't kick me out of the Imperium, man. I'm just guy here, trying to understand everything that is around this game. But please do not hate me. There is a big advantage when it comes to Crystotech, that's for sure. It's not like, no, there is not. It's a freaking huge advantage. That's one of the reasons why my good smart friend 1903 send it, and his leaders, the first thing they do when they go against Imperium, matter of fact, guys, for the first of all, 1903, they have been fighting Imperium Kingdom for a long time, and that's one of the things that they do. They go in the defense mode when it comes to the first stage of the KBKs. In order for them to catch up with big Imperiums when it comes to Crystal, they end up reaching Crystotech. Some of the players end up maxing Crystal, or some of them they haven't even maxed Crystal when it comes to Kingsland. But this is what I'm telling you. This switching thinking, right? How we're gonna tackle these kingdoms. And in 1903, you do have a few players that spend money, right? But I would say maybe 20 or 50. But when it comes to Imperial Kingdoms, those guys don't care. When it comes to Crystotech, of course we buy it. I'm the first one to freaking, like, look, I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying. First thing I do every time I go and the freaking thing reset opens, reset Lost Kingdom, first thing I do is start buying Crystotech. So but again, it's a big difference. I feel like just for Crystotech to be out of this freaking map, I mean out of the game, will be a huge advantage for mid spenders and low spenders. to be able to do at least do some damage to the spenders or big Imperial kingdoms, because it's big Imperial kingdoms, they will lose troops. They will throw money and they will gain some troops again. In this case, look what I was checking, guys. Literally, this is what I'm telling you guys. We're not afraid to fight Imperial kingdoms. Trust me, I've been doing that for a long time. But you know, when it comes to this power, these two right here, they can definitely defend a fortress by themselves. You know what I mean? Especially with Crystal Tech Max, that's it. We won't be able to freaking destroy a fortress from this, you know, just with these two players, which is Lilith, you know, the same. I mean, Mimi, the same player. So just these three alone, they can defend one side of the map. You know, maybe there is two flags that this you know, enemy end up throwing to us to break one of the flags from our kingdom. You know, these guys can definitely defend 3 to 4 flags alone themselves, you know, because they have the power, they have the tech to do it. And this is what we're trying to achieve is, you know, what is it, what you definitely want. You know, I'm here to bring your boys to Lilith, right? And hopefully I'm not getting myself in trouble. But I have this from you, from my good friend Abu Jabara. He did share with this with us, and I want you guys to read it, and I'm gonna read it for you as well. But I feel like this is absolutely pretty good, and thank you, Abu Jabara, for sending this to me. He is not able to join the chat today, guys. He was gonna join, but he has family members, and but let me, sorry, how do you call it? Send it. I'm gonna kick you out because I want the chat to see it and read it. Hopefully, you guys will be able to see this, because I think it's a good value point. Where, oh, there we go.
Yep.
And then, all right. Hopefully, I don't mess up, guys. If I do, please forgive me. All right, there we go. All right. So Crystal Tech, it's what is it? It makes a big gap between low spenders and wells. So what about shifting troops capacity, all damage, and reducing healing costs to the beginning of the research? In that way, we'll become much balanced without changing our total price. You know, that's a good idea. You know, but again, you know, I really want Lilith to reduce some income. You know, those guys already make money, guys. I'm telling you, those guys already make money. You know, like. You don't have to be in the business to understand how much money this guy made. Those guys are done. They're good. You know, they're good. You know, like, look, we're doing live streams. You know, I'll do freaking videos for free. You know what I mean? Because I love the game, and of course I love you guys. I want to entertain you. So you know, they can easily are saving money on freaking advertisement. You know, why you don't use that money? Yo, Lilith, use my videos to reduce the freaking Crystal Tech. You know, no worries. I'm not gonna charge you for my live streams, my friends. I'm good. You know, Mexicans don't get paid anyways, so you good. You know, but at least give it back to the community. You know, I'm willing to do that with you, Lilith. So here we have number 2, armament system. You know, again, I think armament system just kind of like just killed the entire game. I believe many people just end up getting, you know, very disappointed. Again, armament system, you know, somebody in the chat said it, you know, and I agree with you, my friend. So the armament system was literally to tackle the spenders, you know, and this is our fault, man. Like, good thing is I end up buying armaments just because Bot Impossible was helping me with some live streams and videos. But to be honest, I hate buying armaments. I feel like it's another scam for you know, my good friend Lily to make some extra cash. But I'm not gonna follow in that game anymore. Whatever I have, I'm gonna leave it like that. So if you know, again, I'm not gonna spend it when it comes to armaments. I don't wanna continue to let Lily know that they are okay to bring more stuff for us to spend. And I believe that if most of the spenders, I agree, and we all get together, which is not gonna happen because this is a competitive freaking game. To be honest, this is all about you. You know, Lilith will listen to you, but if you stop spending money, you know, that's what's gonna happen. Like in my case, if you guys tell me, listen, guys, wait, what the hell? Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah, no, my freaking internet is just saying refreshing. So guys, sorry, again, you know, if we're down, you know, to make sure that Lilith will listen to us, I'm gonna give Lilith this KBKs. This KBKs are gonna spend money. I'm gonna be honest to you guys. This KBKs are gonna spend money. You know, I'm in 1960. You know, I don't want to let 1960 down. I'm in 2377, 1875. You know, I'm with, you know, Senate, but impossible, I'm gonna spend money in this KB case. After this KB case, if we don't hear back from Lilith, I'm not spending any money. And trust me, guys, I do spend more than 10K a month when it comes to this game. It's not enough for Lilith, but at least it's gonna do something, and it's gonna get even better for me. Maybe I will get a freaking new heart transplant. You know what I mean? I'm looking like Cristiano Ronaldo, man. It's even better for me. Finally gonna have money for myself. Like frack, I look so old and wrinkly. I think it's time for me to look good. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna do that for you, my friends. I'm willing to do it. We're gonna give Lilith this KB case that they want. We're gonna fight. We're gonna spend money. After this KB case, we don't hear it back. I'm here for the community. You guys make Akiles. This channel is because you guys make this channel. I make this just to have fun, but now you guys get me involved with you as a community. So I'm here to help you out. Hopefully Lily will listen to us and don't ban my channel. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, I'm here to help things, straight, help you guys out. I know 10K is not enough for Lilith, but maybe what if, AbuHind is a good friend of mine. I'll talk to AbuHind and let him know, Abu, can you help me out with something? I'll talk to some of the guys that I know that spend money in the game too, and hopefully we can get something, but this KBK is done. All these KBKs are done. That's when they're going to start spending money. All right. And we're going to hear back from Lilith. Lilith says something about Crystal Tech. Let's remove Crystal Tech. And listen, matchmaking, we can do anything about it. It's a error from the computer, and then it's going to cost us another, 150 a year to bring another tech to control the matchmaking. Then we'll understand that, or maybe 250. We don't know how much they're paying, but maybe around there. So when it comes to Crystal, I'm willing to do that, my friends. So let's help each other. Let's be united, because I know we can get something good. Big Kane is a very professional guy. He knows what we're trying to do is to save the game. The game will continue to grow because people will come and play the game, but most likely when they get to the end game, they're gonna end up quitting because we will beat your ass, man. When it comes to KBK, we will buy Crystal Tech. We're gonna be superior to you, and we're gonna smash you on the open field. I don't feel proud of me doing that because I know most of these guys are free-to-play players, and they should be proud that they are fighting against us, that we spend money, not all the way around. I don't feel proud fighting with free-to-play players, guys. That's the reason why I don't go to C kingdoms, CB kingdoms, because I'm not gonna feel proud of me smashing, free-to-play players. It's not me, but I'm willing to do that because of you guys. So Akiles is gonna go as a free-to-play player. I didn't even do that for my wife, but I'm willing to do that for you, my friends. So I'm gonna be a free-to-play players after this KBKs, So if you guys are willing to help us out, we're getting down to business. So let's continue to read this because I feel like my good friend Abu Jabara has a great point. And to be honest, I love the game. I love you guys, and I feel like if I can do something a little bit to make Lilith understand our frustration, will be good, and we're gonna be able to save the game as well. Many whales end up leaving because they know that it was a mistake bringing Crystal Tech into the game. They didn't feel bad to feel superior against free-to-play players or misspenders. So we got people that have hearts, and they know, there was a big advantage from them spending money when it comes to Crystal Tech. So I apologize for those who end up fighting, and I end up destroying you guys in the open field because of my Crystal Tech advantage. But I promise you, if we don't hear anything back from Lilith, your boy Akiles is gonna be a free-to-play player, and you guys will be able to literally smack my shiny head on the open field. And feel proud that you will be able to do that, my friends. So now let's go to this, guys. Sorry, I talked too much, man. But I'm gonna read this and then I'm gonna let you talk again. So, no way to upgrade our current armaments constantly and legendary descriptions is near to impossible to obtain. I 100% agree with you, my friend. I end up having a lot of them and I didn't even get anything good. One of my friends, he is a real warrior, but of course, because of free-to-play player with some bad luck, he has 0 legendaries. Legendary 1 after 2 years of release. 2 years, man. It's been 2 years already since armament. No way.
It's been a year and a half. I think they rolled it out in some kingdoms early, and then after 3 or 4 months, the rest of the community got them. So yeah, I think 1 year and a half now.
MP, look, guys, MP's in the house. MP, listen, are you gonna unite to us and don't spend any money on the game? I know, MP, you're the one who needs to come here with us and listen to us, because Lilith is the only one who will be able to listen to you. You know, like Lilith is not gonna listen to a Mexican. You know what I mean? But if MP, if we represent us, I think we can get even free, what is it? No dead troops in KVKs. There is not gonna be freaking unlimited resources for free. Like MP, come on, man, help us out. I know with you, we can make this entire game to be a free game for all of us. I spend more. Come on, MP, help us out, my friend. We need your help, guys. Listen, chat. Come on, say to MP that he needs to like get together with us, man. MP, I know you're investing in Lilith. Probably you do. Let's continue with this amazing message. Thank you, Abu Jabara, for taking your time and send this to me, my friend. That's what I was doing, guys. Sorry, I was doing this, sending this to my chat, so then we'll be able to read. Equipment system. It's a lot of work, you know, but it will start with most important point. A, take back 100% of the materials when dismantling, because losing BP alone is big punishment. Listen, I understand you, my friend. Adding way to convert crystals key to full sets BP, or because awakened system making it too expensive even for mid spenders. So this is what I'm continue to tell you guys. The game will take something away, but will release something even more expensive. You know, but this is where it's our fault, us as a you know, heavy spenders in the game. You know, this is where it's our fault, because we fall in the trap. You know what I mean? This is if we don't spend that, Lily won't have it there for a long time. They will have it there, but when they know that you won't buy it, it's gonna go out of the window. You know, same when you go to the store, you go buy your same tortillas, same rice and beans, you know, so the customer, I mean, the owner of the store knows what you're buying, and that's the reason why it's gonna keep it in the store forever. But they're not gonna end up buying something and have it in the store, something that you're never gonna end up buying, because most likely, you know, it's gonna, go to waste, it's gonna expire. So it's gonna lose money from them. So, yo, what? Thank you so much, MVP. You see, guys, I told you MVP is the guy of the community. I'm telling you, my friend. Thank you so much, MVP. We're gonna send you everything, my friend. I'm even gonna send you a picture of how my hair is gonna end up looking when I do my hair transplant, my friend. As long as you're helping us in here. So, guys, MVP will have a meeting with the big boys from Rise of Kingdoms, and he's gonna speak with all these matters, my friend. MVP, that's why I love you, my friend. But I do hate you because you didn't show me how to defeat the freaking bosses from Black Myth Vulcan. I couldn't beat that game, my friend. I'm too old. So the fourth one, commanders. What if we make cost to max commanders 250 gold chests? Oh, that would be nice. For example, but we added a new commander every month. Think about a win-win situation. A new commander every month, Abu Jabara, I think that would be too much, my friend. I don't even know what the hell would I do with all these commanders. Because even right now, how many commanders we have? Like every 3 months we have new commander, or every 3 months we have like a 1 or 2 commanders, right?
Yeah, around that park.
Yeah, so Abu Jabara, listen, we're gonna show this, my friend. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, my good friends, for all the love and your support, guys. I know we're here standing with you guys. We're not here crying because we're in this KVK with Mimi. Mimi, listen, I love you. You know, I wish that I can meet you in another situation, not in this situation, because now I look like a bad guy. But this is what it is, you know. This is what happens when Lily does this type of matchmaking. I don't really understand why there's 2 big freaking kingdoms in there. You know, this is insane, you know. But now we're fighting against them. You know, 3 camps versus them. It's not fair. You know, in my eyes, it's not fair. You know, if you're telling that it's fair, man, you're wrong. It's not fair. Even you have Kane here, you got Senate, which is the king from 1903, Paul Impossible here, which is the king from 3310. Even those guys, they know it's not fair because they want to fight. The funny thing is, 3310, we were hoping to have a nice KVK for the guys to be able to fight, not to win, but we wanted to fight, and also possible win a KVK. And last KBK, these guys end up getting themselves with 2377. You know what I mean? Bad situation in that KBK. And then we got 1903 too, trying to do their best for the players to have a good, fair KBK. So guys, we're not talking about us being scared. We're talking about us fighting, but of course being equal. There is a big gap when you gonna go and face these monster kingdoms, man. I'm telling you, it is impossible.
And just to interject a little bit here, I have nothing but respect. As I said when I started this stream, I have nothing but respect for all the kingdoms in here. In fact, when we registered, we looked at the kingdoms who registered, 1903, 3310. We're like, oh, we'd love to fight them, right? Like, that's just how it worked. It would be a lot of fun. And it is just an unfortunate situation that, like, 1718 and 1175 being camped never crossed our board. So it is what it is.
That's what I'm telling you. So you got disappointed that you really wanted to fight a kingdom that you feel like you will be a good match to fight them. If you end up winning against 1903 in this case, you will be, like, how do you call it? Will be satisfied, and you will be proud of your kingdom to be able to achieve that, because you guys feel you are in the same power with these guys. But now, destiny brought us to not fight against each other. 3 or 10, most likely, I feel like we're gonna end up going and try to destroy this kingdom. But this kingdom so all right, both. Now I'm gonna ask you this question: do you think that they're gonna fight us, or they're gonna go north?
I'm pretty sure they're gonna split between zone 5s, both zone 5s.
So one
whatever they
kingdom
choose, I'm not sure.
Okay, so do you think that one kingdom is gonna go north and the other one's gonna go with us?
They could split equally. They could split like kingdoms. They could go with 2 kingdoms on one side, then go to the other side. Every scenario is possible.
Yeah, so my guess is that they are going to test the waters. They're going to go one each side at the start, and then if either side looks like they're losing, they're going to 2v1 the side that's losing. So they'll swap over at the end to guarantee sanctuaries and Hurons. That's my guess.
All right. So, but are you afraid to go and fight against this too?
I mean, I'm not afraid, but it's just not gonna be as good of a fight as everyone would think.
Listen,
3377 flashbacks.
Exactly.
Yo.
I mean, we're at this point we're dying for anything. Like, we want any entertainment for the kingdom, because like, for a fact there is 2 or 3 people who already quit because of this matchmaking. Like, 2 bad matchmakings in a row. Like, that's like over for them. Like, why am I spending money and trying to prepare for a good KVK just to get a bad one?
Yeah, 1981 prides themselves on not having many new worlds bought, and I will say that as soon as this matchmaking got announced, like, there were multiple new worlds that just went out, right? Because nobody wants to sit here and play in a KVK that sucks, right? Like, it just doesn't happen. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough.
So this is what I'm going. A KVK like this, matchmaking KVKs can destroy a kingdom. It's not leaders that will destroy the kingdom, which is the sad thing. Is Lilith, do you understand how much time these guys put in their kingdoms? People build kingdoms, to make them feel proud. And then this type of KVKs happens, and people just literally end up quitting, not because of the bad of the kingdom. It's just the KVK. They're tired of going and another KVK that most likely they feel like they're gonna lose, but also they're gonna end up losing maybe 3 to 5 million troops. Not a lot of people are willing to fight and kill 3 to 5 million troops, and that's the reason why they choose CA kingdoms, to be a CA kingdoms, and then just being with this craziness is just too much for us. But if you sorry.
I want to say it's not just the certain laws that's hard for kingdom. It's also like a certain win where you go in and are on the too strong side, and then you just doesn't get any fights because the opponent, for example, won't fight.
1960, 2377.
They're undermatched. Now you broke my chain of thoughts. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, sorry. It was just that it's Yeah. We don't want to lose everything and not win, but we also don't want to win without playing any game. That's
Well,
all I wanted to say.
well, you know what? For those who are guessing, 3-10 is willing to go and fight. Okay, again, 3-10 is a kingdom that likes to fight, and we're gonna like just what Impossible says. We're gonna do some actions for the players because trust me, these guys are angry. We don't want them to quit. For us, just to wait for Kingsland, and everybody most likely is gonna end up fighting for like 2 hours, and then the fight is over. You know, these are kingdoms that they wanna fight, and but they are smart. You know, we're just not gonna go to a KVK that most likely we're gonna put our players to getting destroyed. So we are gonna fight in the next zone, guys. If you guys wanna take a look of how this big strong kingdom from Mimi is gonna end up performing against us. Also, they're gonna end up fighting against Big Kane Kingdom, which most likely they're preparing themselves to go and tackle you, Big Kane. 100% they're ready. You know
I bought my tech, so.
Oh yeah, dude, you're good. Because definitely look at the main alliance are facing north, so most likely they're gonna try to do some damage. We're gonna try to do some damage as well. We want to have fun, but at the same time we want the system to be fixed for the better for the rest of the kingdoms. You know, we're talking about other kingdoms too, my friends. We're not talking about just this KBK. Other kingdoms that end up being in the same 1903, 2377 KVK, trust me, you go ask those kingdoms where they are right now, they're gone. You know, because these guys, they couldn't contain their players about that matchmaking. How many is it CC or CD kingdoms that were thrown into that KVK? Do you guys remember that one?
I honestly don't even remember.
Yeah, that was.
I think it was 3A in each camp.
3A kingdoms? Oh, really? No, I heard there was a CB or lower than the CB kingdoms. There was two kingdoms that were literally almost like 7 billion power in that KBK. And
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, so they just gone, and I believe that there is another matchmaking that just happened too. That those kingdoms are upset as well with this matchmaking, but we're going back to. How many matchmaking would it take for a kingdom to be destroyed? And how many matchmaking would it take for a king or a leader to be like, you know what, I'm out. I don't want to play this game.
Yeah, the answer is 2, right? I don't think it's really up for discussion. Like 1, you can chalk it up. You can be like, okay, this sucks. I'm gonna prepare my kingdom members. Unless you're in like high Imperium, right? For your average kingdom, okay, hey, matchmaking sucks. It is what it is. But as soon as you get the second one, people are like, yeah. I want to go play the game.
Yeah, I can verify that with experience. Like this is our second farm in KVK, if you want to say it like that, and people are not even happy about it, not even close. And even the migrants who came in, like hyped for potential big fights, because we tried to arrange fights with other A seeds, so we in the same pop and. We promised some of the migrants.
Yeah, 1981 was one of those. Trust me.
Exactly. Yeah, we tried to line those KVKs and promising people that we're gonna fight this kingdom if you wanna join, and in the end they don't get that. And then next approach is I'm just gonna go either to a big high imp and get the big KVKs, which isn't even guaranteed, or go to a lower seed. And just chill there.
And that's why, let's circle all the way back to like the kingdom merging conversation, right? Like the fact that your only option is like, okay, if I'm a mid A, like I either have to go high imp or I have to go like DC to get fair matchmaking. I mean, it's crazy. So I don't know. The kingdom merging thing is something that has to happen, but I don't know how they do it without severely conflicting communities. It's going to be hard.
Yeah,
So-
it's gonna be a very difficult task. I think the perhaps best approach would be to throw it out with a lot of freebies left and right. Like, for example, I played a game very long ago who had a similar issue. It's called Backyard Monsters. I don't know if you or anyone else knows it. It's a similar concept to Rise of Kingdoms, I would say. like a strategy real time, not real time strategy, but it's a mix of Rise of Kingdoms and Clash of Clans, I would say, like somewhere in between. And they had a similar problem, like they had separated maps, and they solved it by inventing like a new structure, like a new building, which enables a new map. And basically, instead of telling everyone you guys need to merge, they made the new content on that new map. Like they forced people into a new environment, and then it was kind of like the early game again. And they gave out like a shitload of events, of freebies, of stuff to do. So people were like very happy with the content, and probably just sucked it up. I don't know how that works in RoK, because I feel like the community aspect here is a bit bigger. But I think having some sort of like new era, maybe new city hall, new tier, whatever, all coming at the same time with a big update, for example, put the whole continent together or something like this, could be a way. But yeah, I think it's inevitable on the long run.
It's very hard because there is a lot of casual kingdoms out there where it's just a small friends group who play the game together and enjoy the PvE and the different game mechanics. So
Yes, I totally get that, but here is the catch. Like the friends group will find some other friends and they will get more PvE events. Friends group is happy, others are happy, and like kingdoms are more alive. I think the player base of Rise of Kingdoms is in a equal number since years. I don't think it's dying, I don't think it's growing. I just think it's splitting across more kingdoms, because I think all 2 days we open like a new kingdom, like roughly at this pace. And the player base is not adding up. Like the new kingdoms get flooded by restart projects, the new kingdoms get flooded by people who play a week and then quit. And it's not like the amount of like long-term players is equaling up the amount of kingdoms that you add. And at any point you just have too much space for too less people. If you see it, like for example, in living space, if you start last year, we have 1,000 houses for 1,000 people, and everyone has one house. And now we are at a point where we have 1,000 people, but we have 1.5k houses to go there. So there is like 500 empty, and that's not helping anyone. And I think it's inevitable to move people together in any way. And I think the best way is to make people want to move together by giving them incentives to do that.
Thank you so much for the donation. Apologize, guys. Thank you so much for the donations, my friend. I appreciate it big time. I don't even know who it did it. Thank you so much, guys. Please, next time, put your name on the top, man, so I know who did it, my friends. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me, man. You know what we do with donations, guys? They go to the charity events that we do every year. I appreciate it, guys. Guys, listen, I'm gonna take my time to say, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and also like. We have Big King, he's another content creator. We have Blood Impossible, another content creator, and we have Senate, that he is coming back to be a content creator. So please make sure that you guys support all these guys. Guys, please put your channel in what's and YouTube, so I can just ping for the guys to be able to subscribe to the channel, guys. Thank you so much again for all of you guys. I'm not able to read and answer you every time you put a message in there, because we're talking and I want my guests to talk and express themselves. So don't think that I'm ignoring you guys, because a few of you already messaged me in Discord saying that why I'm ignoring you. But my friends, I'm not ignoring you. I just need to have respect for my guests, because they're talking and I don't want to cut them in half. So please understand me. I love you. Trust me. Thank you for your support. We've been having such a great 160 170 viewers. It's a lot, my friends. So thank you so much for your support, and you guys are here because you guys understand, and we're here to help with a little bit, or something. But again, I appreciate it, and I apologize that I can't answer you, my friends, but I am reading and I do chat with you, but I cannot talk and answer you, my friends, because the guest is here, and we need to listen what they say, because these guys are experienced guys that they know and they love the game, and that's why we're coming together to see if we can find a solution to be able to save some kingdoms, because to be honest, kingdoms are dying. I think, Senate and also Kane, don't you think that it's too much kingdoms nowadays? I think Lilith should just stop for like a minute, and let the kingdoms they are produce themselves. Because many of the new kingdoms are big jumpers. That they, of course, everybody wants to be king, my friends. I don't blame you. You want to be king. You want to feel the power.
Oh,
to
I
be a
do
king.
not want to be king.
Yeah,
I do not want to be king.
Exactly.
I'm forced.
Yeah, but this is what happens. Many of these kids, many of these people, they don't know how to be a king. They want to have the experience. They want to feel the power. You want to dominate.
Yeah, a lot of people, and this is why a lot of the young kingdoms fail, and just saying this out loud, is a lot of people want to be king for the power, like you're saying, and then they realize the responsibility that comes with it to actually have a successful kingdom, and it is a full-time job, or more so. I mean, it's crazy.
So this is what I'm telling you guys. You guys want to be king, trust me, I know most likely you will do good, but it's gonna take a lot of freaking time. So please understand the leaders in the king that it's in your kingdom, the hard job that they have been do to you and your kingdom to be successful. This is the time where, most likely we have to say, hey, thank you, leaders and king, for putting your time to do a successful kingdom. But it's this is what I'm telling you. I think Lilith needs to reduce of kingdoms that they are. There is too many kingdoms, to be honest, and most of these kingdoms are literally just there, with no use. And then what happens when it comes to a matchmaking? One of these kingdoms that they don't even want to go into the KBK. They throw themselves into the KBK because of matchmaking. That's when things even get worse. You guys gonna have a kingdom in the same camp that they don't even want to fight. So then most likely you're gonna be the only one fighting, and you're gonna be wasting your your players troops to be able to win the zone, and the other kingdom is not going to be able to help you. So we have such a mess when it comes to KBKs, not just because we get thrown to another big Imperial kingdom, but also we sometimes we face many of these scenarios where we are with another kingdom that they don't even want to fight, and or they are not ready. So it's a lot of work from Lilith, and we're demanding too much. I understand that, Lilith, but listen, you are smart. You will come with a good conclusion. But again, if you're coming with a good conclusion, do not take anything back, or do not bring us anything back into the game that's gonna now forcing us to spend more money. That's what we don't want. Every time we ask you for something, you give it to us, but it's gonna cost us almost triple with time. So you're smart. You think I don't know what you're doing. You're smart, but do not be smart anymore. I think these players, even myself, we've been loyal to you for so many years, and I think it's time for us to sit back, relax, enjoy the game. No freaking, waiting for another update of, T7 now, or freaking another legendary equipment coming up. We don't want that anymore. We just want to enjoy what we have now. You already released armaments. You already released freaking awaken system. You are releasing, what is the other freaking thing that we got that pissed me off? Siege units. Like, come on, man. Siege units? Like,
yeah, you can delete that from the game for sure.
You know how much I hate seeing those freaking campers in that corner, man. I really want to go over there and just freaking kick them in the face. Like, what else is gonna happen? You know what I mean? I know you're cooking something else. So I'm telling you, do not bring anything else into the game that's gonna make us spend money. I already warned you. I'm not gonna spend any money anymore. I'm here to support my good friends, and we got somebody trying to spawn me. Yeah, guys, come on, man. But I think we got a good point.
Can we align these into like actual points for Lilith? Like, what points can we state right now at the end of the stream, or if you're ending, like what things should we really suggest so that they can be clipped and sent like this link and know what to do, right? So I think. And I sent some points in our chat, right? Which is, I think the Trial of Kalkarok, or whatever the name is, like, you should not have 2 out of 5 before Kingsland opens. That's just ridiculous. Like, make all 5 points come available beforehand. I don't think that they're gonna be removing Crystal Tech, so it is what it is. I just think that that's their moneymaker. Unfortunately, they're never gonna remove it. Can you make things?
I disagree with you there, because a lot of the surveys and the talks that's been on the different community events have been on the topic of whether or not to remove Crystal Tech. So I think they have something cooking there.
So if they remove it, what do they replace it with? I mean, I don't
I
think that
mean,
they will just
do you
remove
need
it.
a replacement is the question I would ask. I can't see it happening right away, I think, simply because they would have to find a new structure for the current, stuff that you can only obtain with Crystal Tech first. So that wouldn't
But
happen.
they are introducing this in the new KVK map, which is very interesting. The coalition.
Coalition Tech, yeah, I like that.
But does that
I mean-
not include personal tech?
It
That
does, it
doesn't,
does.
no.
I think it's not either or, it's on top, but I think there is ways around Crystal Tech that would be probably cool. I also don't think they would lose a lot of revenue if they give people other stuff to buy that is, permanent. I think the people dislike Crystal Tech because it's something you invest to temporary. And it's not like, I can make the decision for my account to buy, I don't know, gear. Like I go for the gear bundles, I max the egg event, whatever. And that's, like, let's call it a permanent investment in the account, whether or not it's worth it. But on the Crystal Tech part, it's not like you can make the decision to invest permanent. It's more like you are forced to spend money to participate in that event in a proper scale, if that makes sense. Like, to me, I spent on Crystal Tech every KVK, so I made this decision for me. But I would much rather invest that money into any other packs. Like, I
Yeah,
feel way more happy when I can choose to make an investment and invest into, for example, gear or armaments or whatever I want to spend my money on, than
Yeah, I
feeling
think-
forced to do it.
I think the people that spend on game, they have like a budget for themselves. They are like, okay, I will spend like $200-300 a month on this game, and most of those monies are currently going to Crystal Tech. And if you take that away, the people will say, okay, now I got $200-300 free for myself this month.
1,000?
I'll go buy something else instead, and that gear bundle or armament bundle or
So
whatever you want.
that
I don't
might be
think they will
true.
lose a lot of money on it, for sure.
That might be true. That could happen. I personally, I spent on Crystal Tech because it is, as much as I want to admit it or not, it's like a responsibility to my kingdom as a garrison, as a leader, right? Like, to be out there and be the strongest that I can be. If I was not spending on Crystal Tech, I would probably go on a few more dates, right? Like, instead. So it just, I don't know, man. I probably would not spend as much money if Crystal Tech was removed, which is why I don't think that Lilith will remove it. But I could be wrong. Who knows?
I mean,
Yeah,
for,
but I mean,
for
you
me,
made the point I tried to make. Like, as you said, I think in your sentence, you feel responsible to spend that money. And I think, that's the part where it's differentiating between it's a responsibility and it's a game. Like, I know we all are here in a position from a kingdom where
yeah, we're all leaders.
there's a certain amount of responsibility, but I feel like it shouldn't be part of my responsibilities to drop a couple €100 every KVK. Like, that's, I think, where it goes beyond what they could expect from people. That's like my opinion on that. And I would much rather see them removing Crystal Tech, even though I actually, pay for it. But I personally would enjoy it, and I think that could be a thing how you can sell your kingdom merges. Look, we removed Crystal Tech, we are free to play friendly, and to make our game even more alive, we want to put everyone together to create more active kingdoms, like, you can sell it. Like, there is ways.
Oh, they can definitely sell it for sure.
Okay, so let's put it this way: what would be the best thing for you guys for Lilith to remain what is it? Removed from the game?
My
So it would be
biggest
Crystal Tech.
point. My biggest point is the fail-safe system to
Yep.
KVK matchmaking. If there is some possibility to report it, to abort it, to just have a talk with a developer about it, that would make a huge difference in making a fun game for. Yeah, in this KVK, we're talking more than 800 players. So that's my biggest.
Yeah, so I would piggyback off that. 100% agree. And take a page out of the old World of Warcraft, classic era. If any of you guys in chat are old WoW players, but like you actually had devs who were interactive with the community, not just with the content creators. And so, look, if you want to pay somebody $120,000 a year to, go over matchmakings, who knows, like 2, 3, 5 people, who cares? But like, okay, this isn't fair. We all vote to disagree to pass the KVK. Why is that? And then have an actual dev come and discuss as to why that is unfair to the kings of that kingdom. And I think that would be a massive, not only just boost to the KVK and overall experience, but like a public facing like PR example, right? Like having your devs on the front line is always a good thing with your players.
Yeah, and I think Lilith is already a lot on the front line with the community. So if they could just step one step more forward and allow us to influence our game experience ourselves like that.
I agree.
Amazing.
And I think it's more like in-game issue, because like if you see in Storm of Stratagems, the same pop we took, like just as an example, you get put into a certain seeding. You get put into an A or a B or a C. A kingdom that is C seed with a 9 billion power, put them in an A seed ranking. So it's inherently inside the game code issue.
So actually, and that actually brings up a great point. Do you think kingdom seeding should be removed? Right. So based on power, not based on KP, whatever. Do you think that just kingdom seeding should be removed altogether, and then it is just based on your kill points, your power, your average thing, not like you are an A seed, you are a B seed? Do you think
But
that's a good idea?
That's in the game. That's a community thing. Like Lilith is not saying you guys are A seeds, you are B seeds. That's the community dividing all kingdoms into power and saying the first quarter is A seeds, the second quarter is B seeds, the third quarter is C seeds, and the last quarter is D seeds. And it's not really there. It's like very unofficial. Like people treat it as official, but I don't think that's how
that was
the
a thing
matchmaking works.
That was a thing that mattered a lot more with the old types of matchmaking that just put in kingdoms of similar power to the same KVKs.
So I 100% agree. But what if you're queuing for stratagems, right? Which is how this conversation got brought up. So if I am a 9 billion power kingdom, but I have 600 billion KP because I'm like the best B seed in the world, like, should I still be considered B seed in that matchmaking?
No,
I don't think so.
I agree. So we should probably just abolish the ABC.
Then I would add something to it. I mean, now you made the point for like a very specific. I think there is two. Niles is the other one where it matters about the seeds. I think.
Yeah, I think it's only Nile and Stratagems.
Yeah, that's the only two KVKs that have this type of seeding for their matchmaking. Mm-hmm. And I think if you remove the seeding, or like let me phrase it different. I don't think it's unfair if the very low B seed with a lot of very active people is rolling the other kingdoms, simply because they worked their way towards this position. Like they trimmed down the kingdom to a spot where they are like hyperactive for what they bring on the weight, and I don't think they should be punished for it. Unless
they should be given a good matchup. That's
sure. That's the thing. But I think if you want to remove the seeding, then you would also have to rework the whole concept of how you distribute all the stuff from the KVK map, like the rewards.
I think it would be easier in that case where it's just one specific case to just have a failsafe system and then someone going manually over the KVK in case it gets reported or flagged or whatever the system is going to be called to get under review.
And I think another problem is, let's take your example, 9 billion power, 600 billion KP. Is it fair to put those guys against 600 billion KP with 15 billion power? Let's assume the people are the same activity, they fight equal good and so on. but simply because of the power gap, you would be never ever able to, you know, outrun them on troops.
So I
Like,
would
it's
agree.
a pretty different.
Yeah,
constellation.
I would 100% agree. So I would value that 15 billion power kingdom higher, right? Just based on pure stats. But I would also like not consider anybody A or B seed. I would just say, okay, you know what? If we're gonna put them in the camp, then I would give that 15 billion power kingdom like a weak, I don't know, B A seed ally, and then I would give the 9 billion power kingdom like a stronger A, B seed ally, and then I would match them up against each other, right? Like the human element, if that makes sense.
If you know, that's so. I
get your
asked
point.
myself why, you know, a KBK matchup takes about almost 5 to 7 days. Isn't it the 2 days supposedly to be able to do a better matchmaking? Because they added the 2 extra days for that, or what is it the reason to take that long when we even gonna end up getting a screw matchmaking anyways?
I don't know why it takes them so long. It's
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying
It's a
is,
great question.
you know,
It's
if
like a very philosophical question.
yeah,
You know, like,
from the
perhaps
time
you-
that you register to the time that you
It's-
join
it's like
KVK
what-
is like a week.
so.
It's a hard
more.
question. They need to fit in the schedules of the KVK as well, so that you get out of KVK and
but
can
that-
match up
then
with
you
a
effectively waste a couple days on every time, because the schedules would also fit if you just do like one timer, 1 day matchmaking, and then you draft it. And you don't even need to do it, you know, like 1 day. You can just say, okay, at reset we start the matchmaking, and you know, 15 minutes later our algorithm is done if it's a very slow algorithm, and then you can, you know, put out the results. Like I think it's to create tension, but it's hella frustrating, especially with the result afterwards.
yeah.
So not only we take almost a week for matchmaking, you know, hopefully, you know, we're gonna get a good matchmaking, but then we end up getting a matchmaking. So time and money investing in matchmaking is definitely wrong. So like, you know, people person can tackle that, you know, that system, you know, to be able to review how many Imperial Kings we have, like 20.
24, but also there, you know, it's not a lot of kingdoms in general that go into a KVK cycle. I think you don't have to force like the very big mistakes on the first glance. Like, they can provide all the data, they have everything, you know, on press. So like, you know, it's not rocket science. Like, just prepare one person, the person is reviewing the stuff, it can 25% more stats than others, then look at it, and you know, then
Also, if the matchmaking like it is now 7 days, they perhaps shorten it to 3 or 4 days. They have 1 day announcement, and then they have 3 days where people can report in problems with the with the KVK, or and can take it up to reconsideration.
The game like refreshing all the time. The hell's going
yeah,
on?
looks like you got internet problems.
Yo, Lilith, listen, don't hack on my internet, man. Like, my kids need to watch iPad. If not, I'm in trouble. Like,
The
jeez, man.
DDoS is coming.
I think your stream is probably okay.
For what I
They
say,
definitely watching.
let's not don't listen to us.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah, it
continue
just
to,
froze. Yeah.
I'm gonna continue to spend money. No worries. Dude,
Kicking in soon.
what the hell happened just now, man? Everything was good, and now I'm getting freaking cyber attacks. What the hell's going on, guys? These guys, do not mess around with Lilith, man. No, listen, thank you so much, guys, for explaining. Again, we are here, guys, because trust me, I asked these guys to come here and help me out. I literally end up having close to 200 something messages on my Discord. For those that I didn't reply to you guys, listen, I am sorry. I'm gonna reply to you, man, but geez, it was a lot, you know. So I end up getting a lot of messages on Discord. For some reason, you know, people think that I'll be the one that I can't reach this to Lilith, maybe because I spend money in the game too. So I thank you guys for thinking that I might be able to do something, you know, in this case. So I'm here to help out, you know. Whatever happens, I'll be happy, you know. Hopefully it's something positive that will benefit the mid spenders and low spenders and free-to-play players in this case. To be honest, when it comes to the, you know, spending in the money, no matter what Lilith will bring, the spenders will always gonna buy, you know. But mid spenders and low spenders and free-to-play players, they won't. They don't. They're smart, you know. They don't want to spend the money in the game, and I don't blame them, you know. For even people like you guys listen, I'm not doing this because I don't want to spend any money. I love spending in the money. I mean, I love spending in the game because I want to compete. But I'm literally willing to don't spend anything, for this good cause, because I feel like it's getting we're getting hammered with something different, something different that is literally making us spend money all the time. There is nothing that will bring us for free, and you're gonna get yourself a nice freaking KBK weapon for free. There is no in hell that you're gonna end up getting that. If we can continue to let this happen. We're here for many things: crystal tech, matchmaking, events, freaking new armaments, siege units now into the play, which is gonna be more equipment that we need to now forge and invest. Armaments, and what else do we have? So how many topics we end up achieving today? Jeez.
Too many.
A lot.
Counting.
A lot.
So we cover all the topics that we couldn't imagine, and also thanks to you guys, your voice is now stable. Oh gosh, you see, guys, I'm telling you, it's true. So guys, thank you to all of you guys to allow us to do this live stream, and that's why I asked these guys, listen, come in here and help me out. We want to make sure that we do something for all of you, my friends. So thank you so much. We're here because, again, we care about you. Like I spend money in the game, but trust me, I was a free-to-play player. I know how it is to be a free-to-play player, and I know how to fight against those freaking guys that spend tons of money and end up, kicking our asses every time we go in KBK. So I don't want to be bullying anybody. If Crystal Tech is absolutely bullying some people, like, then definitely, I'm sorry guys, I will stop. My wife will be freaking happy. Finally I'm not have to hide my freaking Amex credit card from her. Like, things will change for me for the better. So thank you guys for that. I was saving some money. I'm gonna put more money into my charity events. We're gonna be making more kids happy. You know what I mean? So appreciate it, my friends. I'm here with you. And this channel is because of you, my friends. So whatever you guys ask me to do, I'll do it. Don't forget, if my internet is lagging because Lilith is doing something. Let's I'm not sure what's happening. But do you think there is anything that we have missed, guys, in this?
I mean, I don't think that we've missed anything in particular, but there are always things that can be improved upon. And I think we've only really scratched the surface. And the important thing is that they continue to listen, right? And
Yeah.
we as a community have to understand that they are a business, right? So we can't just say remove all spending and make everybody equal. Like, it just can't happen. But at the same time, like, hey, very simple things can take into account. Like, okay, armament should be easier to obtain, or crystal tech should be moved up, and the healing cost should be reduced, right? Just very simple things that will attract a large audience and not harm anybody should be noticeable. And honestly, like, as far as the resources go, right? If you're at the high end of KVK, like, you're not even getting your resources from Lilith. And that sounds bad, right? And I'm not going to encourage anybody to do that because TOS, right? But, like, if you are in the higher end of KVKs, you're not even giving Lilith money. So it should be in their interest to reduce resource cost to obtain players that, are playing the game. So just some very basic things like that. And I think that it could go a long way.
I agree. I think there is not a lot you have to add. I think we covered most of the topics. We scratched at the surface. Maybe we even gave some advices of what you can do. And I think Lilith could perhaps just try to, get more voices from the community. They could talk to people. I really think it would make sense for them to reach out to certain people within the community, to kings, maybe leadership people in general, and get their ideas of how to fix certain, issues. Even if they don't agree on everything and want to change everything, but just having their point of views more like closer to, the point where they make decision would perhaps help them.
So, again, we understand that Lilith does listen. Okay, that's the reason why we're doing this. Okay, they do listen, and they are a great company. You know, we understand that they need to make money. You know, and it's a company. There is a lot of great workers out there that they deserve a good pay. We all know that. We understand that. But again, we are loyal to you. I literally spend more time freaking playing this game that I spend with my family. You know what I mean? Like we're loyal. You know what I mean? Like give us something back, and that's what we're asking. You know, Lilith, we're asking you to give us something back. I know it's gonna be hard, but if you do love us the same way that we love you, you are willing to give us something back. Okay? Of course, I'm not asking for a Lamborghini, man. Like I'm just saying, get Crystal Trek for free, get rid of it. If not, bring something good to the free-to-play players and the mid-spenders. You know, we take advantage, again, talking as a spender, we take advantage when it comes to Crystal Trek, but now we notice, you know, I've been noticing this for a long time. That's why I'm in Imperial Kingdom, to be in a competitive position, so I don't feel bad fighting against others that don't spend on Crystal Tech. So we notice the big difference, you know. And again, guys, for also what is it? Purge BC. How are you, my friend? You're 100% right. So same like Call of Duty. Call of Duty has many cosmetics in the game, and I did say that from the beginning of the live stream, guys. Many cosmetics in the game that allow you to look badass in the game and look good in the game, but it doesn't give you any power. So everything is still equal. You know, of course, you do have those campers that I really freaking hate. Every time I go pop in the corner, that guy is freaking there, waiting for me and get popped. And I really hate those guys. But, you know, at least we're equal in power. You know, and this is what the free-to-play players and mid-spenders, they really want this game to be. In order, when they go into the Imperial Kingdom, they're not going to be afraid, you know, fighting against this, you know, Krakens with Crystal Tech Max in the first song. So, you know, there is many things that, you know, we try to cover in here, and these guys are not helping me a lot. Again, I'm gonna remind you guys, after this KBKs with 1960, 2377, 1875, 1903, 3310, 3308, this will be my last KBK, me as a spender. After all of this, I will stop spending. I'm gonna be a free-to-play player, and I'm gonna share this with all of you to see what little is gonna come back to us. And I know many of my good friends that spend money in the game, they will unite with me, you know, because they understand this. You know, they want the game to continue. They want the game to be as much competitive because they want to fight. Okay, so I'll be a free-to-play player, guys, for, you know, again, for the second time in my career of playing this game. So I hope, you know, these kingdoms don't kick me because I'm gonna be a free-to-play player. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm gonna support the cause, which is, you know, you guys reach out to me. That's the reason I'm doing this. Thank you to Bot Impossible for being here, Kane, what is it, Senate, and what is it, Saga, for being here with me to cover this topic. And I really hope that we'll achieve something, you know, when it comes to Lilith. And let's see. Hopefully, I don't get in trouble either, my friends. Anything else before we leave, guys? Anything that you guys want to cover before we
Yeah, I'll just say thank you. And I think that the community here is great. First and foremost, Lilith, you have done a great job. It is just the community that you created is awesome. We always just want the best for the community, and so we hope that you listen to a few of the things that we're asking. And other than that, I mean, hey, everybody enjoy the KVK coming up.
Yeah, I
Yes.
also want to say thank you for creating this opportunity for us all to speak, hopefully to Lilith. Hopefully they listen. Yeah, and I agree 100% with what was said before. They're doing a great job. It's a great game. Let's work together to improve it even more.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity to, you know, have us here, and we appreciate your community work. And it would be great if more people join us on our journey to, you know, make Lilith listen to those things.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, of course, thank you for having us here and giving us an opportunity to give our voice. And the first, like the most important thing is the community in any game. And if your community is not happy about what you're doing, you're gonna face consequences, and Lilith needs to realize that more and more.
Thank you so much, guys. I think the chat has our support 100%. They are supporting us, to 1,000%. And this is what makes this, game unique. And that's why we continue to play the game, because we, at the end, we all understand each other. We want to play with our friends. That's what we want to do. Kings and leaders, they want to do their best. They spend their time, to their value time, guys. You need to understand this. Like, we are humans, right? At work, what we do, we go play the Rise of Kingdoms. Even during work, what we do, we're risking our jobs to play Rise of Kingdoms. And for the kings and leaders, that they are continue to do a great, amazing work to have a solid kingdom. I feel like it's not fair what is happening with some of this, because players end up leaving their nice kingdom because some issues that happens with the game, and this is what we wanna make sure that Lily will do something about this. We don't want more kingdoms to die. We don't want more kings and leaders to get tired of trying to convince players not to leave, because hopefully next KBK will be better, and then that turn up to be worse. So we try to avoid all of this, my friends, because I don't want not even you as a player to waste your time playing this game, and I don't want the leaders and king to waste their time to creating a good kingdom, and then all the players end up leaving the kingdom because they don't have a good match. So there is many things here that we covered today, and I really hope that you guys are satisfied with what we said. And also thank you for your support and some of your messages here, trying to give us more details of what you guys want the game to change. And also, Lilith, listen, if you're listening to us, again, we're here for the community. You know me, this is a channel for the community. This is not a channel for me just to be a content creator of the game. I appreciate to be a content creator of the game, but we do everything for the community, and I don't mind spend money, I don't mind spending money, but at the same time, I'm here because I wanna be with these guys, I wanna learn, and I wanna be with these guys, and hopefully we achieve something together. Thank you, all of you, for your amazing time, and I appreciate your support. We end up having so many people in here. To be honest, I was like literally not expecting to have this amount of viewers. So appreciate you guys for your support. Don't forget, we got King from 3310, But Impossible, another content creator. He always doing content when it comes to fighting. Please check it out. Subscribe to his channel. And then we have Big Hank. You know who he is. Please always continue with the big support. Don't forget, guys, we're risking ourselves, right, when it comes to this topic about Rise of Kingdoms. But I know Rise of Kingdoms, they're fair and they will understand our struggles. And then we got Senate, King from 1903. Another content creator as well. He's gonna end up doing more content, not often. So Senate, please continue, my friend. This is a great community. This is a great community. I'm very happy that you're coming back as a content creator, and also you are here with me because we want to stand here for the people, and I want those who understand that, again, I don't get paid, my friends. I'm doing this because I love you, all right? And I taking a risk because I love you, my friends. And same thing, Senate is gonna be a content creator soon, and he's doing the same thing. He is here for the community, my friends. Senate, anything that you want to say to the chat that you're coming back?
Yes, thank you for having us. Thank you also for motivating me to do content, actually. I think after the conversation we had, I started to, give it a try again, and I enjoy it way more than I did before. So yeah, let's see. Maybe we can make some changes. Maybe we can rally up some people and make them listen. But yeah, that's I think all I can add. Everything else was already said, so I don't need to repeat it.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the guests, guys. Thank you to the guests for today's. Appreciate your time, guys. It means a lot to me for coming into today, especially as a weekend, to do something good for the community. To be honest, guys, this is something good for the community, and you guys absolutely came to support us, which is amazing. I was not expecting 170 viewers today, because it's a topic that most likely people won't watch, and there's absolutely people watching this. So appreciate you guys, and again, we're here for you guys. Anything that you guys want, send it. You do have a Discord or not? Kane, do you have a Discord for your channel or not?
Yeah, we have
Yeah, I
our
do.
like.
Okay, so anything that you guys want, these guys have a Discord channel that you guys can go and write anything in there. I do have a Discord channel as well, where it's a freedom of speech. You can go and write anything that you want. Please don't forget, guys, be mindful, okay? Don't not disrespect anyone, but you can go and write anything that you want, and I promise you Lily will listen to this, okay? So thank you again for another beautiful day with you guys. It's an honor to have you all. I appreciate you guys big time. And again, thank you for keeping professional, my friend. We want more bundles. Yo, MP, man, don't kill me, man. Guys, what the hell is going on with MP, man? MP, are you gonna help us or what? If not, I'll definitely gonna tell people to hack your account. Thank you so much, MP. I appreciate you guys. For those who don't know, MP is a good friend of mine, and you know, he supports everything that I do. I appreciate you, MP. It means a lot to me, your support, my friend. Thank you again, guys, so much for all the love. Sorry, something is happening. So thank you so much, my friends, again for all the love, guys. Chat and also guys, appreciate it, my friends. Thank you so much for your time.
See you guys. Have a nice day.
Yeah, cheers and thank you all.
Bye.
Thank you so much,
See you,
guys.
everyone.
Bye. See you guys. Thank you so much. There you go, my friends. There you have it. Again, we have spoke, okay? We are trying our best to help the community, all right? And the community is here backing us 100%. Having more than 170 viewers in this live stream, it means that you guys do care and you guys appreciate our hard work. And this is what make us, you know, be who we are, you know, a content creator, okay? And for me, it's an honor to represent you guys as the community because, again, I do spend on the game, but if you guys want me to, then I'm gonna be a free-to-play player as well. I want you to be happy playing this amazing game. To be honest, I'm happy playing with my friends. I want my friends to continue to play this game, and trust me, I don't see myself quitting anytime soon. But what if the game start dying because many of you are getting tired of the same thing that's happening when it comes to matchmaking, crystal tech, spending more bundles, awaken system, all that stuff gets bored, you know, and we don't want that to happen, my friends. So that's why we did this live stream for you, my friends, and I'm 100% guarantee you that we're gonna make sure that this goes to the Rise of Kingdoms community. Rise of Kingdoms, you guys are aware, they do care about the community. They have invested a lot to keep the community alive. They do yearly events in many places around the world. They appreciate us as the players, but we want a little bit more than that. All right, so hopefully, you know, Rise of Kingdoms listen to us and are able to do something for the community in this time. Guys, thank you so much, MP. I appreciate it for your support, my friend. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Guys, I am sorry that I didn't didn't read many of your messages, but trust me, I was reading some of them, but I couldn't respond to you guys because I have to let the guests talk. Okay, so I love you guys. Thank you so much. Anything that you guys need, my Discord, it's under description below. Please message me there. There is a channel in my Discord for freedom of speech. Anything that you guys want, just put it there. I am here representing you. All right. Again, I have nothing to be afraid, my friends, because I have no contract. I'm not getting paid either. So I'm doing this all because I love you, my friends. Thank you for your support. It means a lot to me, my friends. Blessings to all of you guys. I will see you maybe tomorrow, all right? Because there's gonna be altar fight in 3308. So thank you so much, my friends. I love you. I'm gonna go enjoy my day with my daughter. She just turned 6. You know, I'm very grateful with God for another year with my daughter. I just want to share this with you guys. But yesterday was an amazing day that I ended up spending with her. She was so happy, and this is, you know, it's a beautiful thing to be a dad, my friends. Thank you so much. Akiles Trump. Yo, MP, I just need my hair, my friend. Let's make Rise of Kingdoms great again. Can we say that, my friends? Thank you so much. MP, I love you. Thank you so much, my friend. Guys, we're on the path to make Rise of Kingdoms great again. All right, let's make it happen together, my friends. Thank you so much for your love. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much, MP, Terik, Habibi, Irugir, Abu Jabara, Popo, And all of you, my friends, thank you so much, guys. I need a wig. I did tell my wife to buy me one, so you guys gonna see me with one wig one day. I promise you that, my friends. It was a great live streaming. Thank you so much for all your help, my friends. Thank you, guys. Love you too. See you guys.